Welcome back to Rigcast. I got a returning guest, second to last guest, surprisingly, Mr. Steve Brogden from Nukem and Gary Holt's Tech. Glad
What's
to have you
happening?
on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
No problem. We've been wanting to do this for a bit. My schedule's a little clear right now.
Yeah.
We're actually doing this the day before my birthday,
Oh,
so
rad.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
And but my grandmother's birthday was yesterday, so I've been piled with that. Other projects, but we're here to talk about your new album, The Grave Remains.
Hell yeah.
I had to hold on to my thoughts about this album for over a
Yeah.
year. That wasn't fun because it's just so good. It's so good. And I've
Thank
been
you.
meaning to listen to it more recently, just back catalog of projects. But I did
Yeah.
listen to it a good bit today. I got the track 8. So I really like this album. Crushing front to back. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's very, very good. If you haven't listened to it yet, what are you waiting for? Close this, go listen to it, and come back.
Yeah. Go get it. Fuck this interview. Go listen to it.
Yeah, go listen to it. Buy a physical
Yeah.
copy, like I need to.
Rad. Yeah, I
So,
remember I shared the files with you. It was at least a year before it came out.
yeah,
We had some time where it was we were searching for the label stuff and trying to figure out exactly what we're gonna do with it. And then it was done. Musically it was done. We didn't have all the artwork done and stuff like that, but the mastered files were in, so we started sharing it with friends to see what they thought.
yeah, it's
But
just such a good album. I holding on to that for over a year was tough. Like trying not to
yeah.
like say, "Hey, when this comes out, be prepared."
Yeah.
And you did an interview with my buddy Mike at Metal Institute of Thrashology.
Yeah.
Me and him were talking about it, and we both are saying like this is probably album of the year for us.
Rad. Yeah, I think I sent it to him too pretty early on because he did one of our like a review of one of the singles we put out. I was like, here, man, listen to the whole thing. Check it out.
A very, very crushing album. It's just so good, and I can't wait to listen to it again and again and again.
Yeah.
But like, it's between you and the Exodus album this year, and so far yours is just a little ahead.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to let what's the word I'm looking for?
Any bias?
Any bias, yeah, any
Yeah.
bias. I'm trying to lose that because I know you and Gary both, and I know what you guys are delivering. Like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Both of them. I mean, the new Exodus is killer too.
It is.
Yeah.
I like how they went a little doom metal on it too. I was kind of
Yeah.
hoping the whole record would be like that though.
Yeah. Just wait till you hear the second half because they already have what is it like 8 songs done for the next one, pretty much. Well, fleshed out. They're not like fully tracked
Yeah,
solos or vocals or anything like that, but the music is done. So the next batch for them is gonna be awesome.
yeah. I'm excited for that. But this year, I think it's going to be your album that takes the number one spot. So I'm
Thank you.
excited to see what happens. There's a lot of good records coming out, but those two in particular,
Yeah.
they stole the show already, and yours stole the show a year before. So, but I'd like to, since I'm kind of in the process myself, I like to discuss your writing process and how you come up with these ideas.
We're actually starting that again already, just trying to get ahead of the curve. Like while I'm home, if I don't have a tour, we're starting to work on music again. And Norm actually came over yesterday and tracked drums for the first one, like just scratch drums to hear our ideas. But they pretty much just start with a riff. I rarely have a lyric in mind first. Like there's been a few times where I've had a line where I'm like, oh, this is a good line. I got to fit it in something. But it'll start with the riff, and then I'll kind of do some scratch drums to it, like tune track, easy drummer sort of thing, just to get the idea out. And it could be anything like, 3 riffs strung together. That's like these are 3 good riffs that go together. Or sometimes I'll sit down and write a whole piece as one. But after that point, Norm will come over and we'll start hammering out. And then what he does will change the way I think on what I'm hearing. You know what I mean? Like I'll have a riff in mind and think it's perfect. And he does some fill and like, oh shit, I need to play off that a little more. Then it makes it way better.
Yeah,
Uh, like in the opening track for the new record, Policies of Hate, there's that high slide up on the E, and it comes back in. I didn't have that break worked in, and the Norm just naturally made that a break, and it changed the guitar part a little bit because it was just the low part. So I kind of slid it up to make it like a a guitar break, you know.
Yeah,
But that was just something he did instinctively that I never would have thought of. So what he does, he's a totally different brain, is what changes things from just being one guy. You know what I mean? And the same
yeah,
thing. Well, once we get drums and guitars down, we'll farm it off to Don, and he'll start trying to work around what we have, sort of thing. Which sometimes there's a lot of room for that, and sometimes there's just no room for that. So
yeah,
he either has to stick to like the guitar part, or he can really venture off and kind of do like the full on third instrument, the separate third part essentially, like
yeah,
in what song is it? There's Unconditional Surrender, I think, where it has the cool bass lead under the
yeah.
like the chorus thing. Yeah.
That's
So we're
probably my. Funny enough, that's probably my favorite song on the album right now. Ask Me in a Week
yeah.
and It'll Be Different.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. It's like, oh, this one's my favorite. No, that one's my favorite. Oh, this one here.
Yeah. Well, that
So
was what was hard about picking the singles, you know. Like shit, which song's the lead off single that we have to pick? And that's when we settled on Random Acts of Violence, just to like solidify that it's a full bore thrash record,
yeah,
just kick people in the teeth right away and hook them like, oh shit, these guys are aggressive,
yeah. But yeah, very good album. Like I'm starting to venture off into the writing process now. I got to
Yeah,
send you something after that I actually did put
Brad.
together. So I'll explain more after. I don't want to say too much on here until
Yeah,
I got
tells
everything.
time.
Yeah. Um, but hearing that, yeah, I'm having like somewhat of a similar process myself. Only thing is, it's just
Brad.
me, so there's
Yeah,
nobody to bounce the ideas off of. So I got to keep myself in check.
totally. It's
So
hard.
it
And it's hard to
is.
not repeat yourself. Uh, and you second guess yourself a lot. Like, is this good enough, or is it?
Uh,
Uh, it can it be this simple sometimes? Because like we had one song on our first record where it was only 3 minutes and it was just a barn burner, and we're like, is this? It needs more, obviously, right? It's something's missing, and we rewrote it like 6 times trying to add a bunch of stuff, and then we just went right back to that 3 minute version. Like it's fine. Like quit fucking with it.
yeah,
Like it doesn't have to be a big epic every time, So it's hard not to second like guess your gut feeling, you know.
yeah. That's like the first one. I'm like, this shit's too basic. It's too basic. It needs something
Yeah,
else. Then you go and try and put something else in it. Like there's a whole section in it that ended up getting cut out. It's like
yeah,
it's not working. So
yeah,
I'll send it to you. But like the one I'm working on now is a little more like proggy, I guess is the word
rad,
for it. And yeah, it's shaping out so far.
rad. And simple is okay too,
Yeah, it works
It,
sometimes, but with like no vocals. That I'm right now, at least, there's no vocals involved on
yeah,
any of the ideas. It's all instrumental stuff, just
yeah.
to
That's
see.
usually the last thing I'll do too. Is like I'll get the music really solidified on the arrangement, and I know what's the chorus, I know what's going to be the verse and bridges and stuff like that, the solo sections, and then once all of that's like fully firmed up, then I'll go back and start working on lyrics, and I'll kind of have like a vocal melody in my head, or like the cadence, the way the vocals sit, but
Yeah,
never, or very rarely actually have lyrics before a song is done,
there is one that
musically.
I did like maybe last year. I think it was. I did write out the lyrics first.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
know
hard to do sometimes.
it'll probably never see the light of day, but they're sick.
Yeah.
So I have this like my back pocket. Like, hey, if I'd go and do something else,
Yeah,
But like planning out like how you're gonna release shit in that's the tough part. So
yeah,
I'm
it's a lot
looking
of
at that.
work behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah. So I can imagine what that's like for you, releasing an album, having to find a label on that too.
Exactly. Yeah. Just trying to find the right home for it and someone that
Yeah,
cares to put it out. And then you start looking at the layout and what colors need to be what for the vinyl and all the fun stuff. Picking
yeah,
the pictures for the inside and then going back and forth with the artist to, you know, make it your vision still, you know. It's
yeah.
fun though. It's like we're currently working on doing a big merch drop. So I've been working with an artist on a bunch of designs, and then we're gonna put them all out at once for sale online.
Oh yeah.
But
I'll be
it's
I'll
fun.
be
It's
sure to pick
fun.
up some.
Rad. Yeah, it's fun going back and forth though and collaborating with someone and saying, "Oh, if you change this a little bit," and then it's cool when an artist is really open to that too. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's
you,
important.
you yeah, you give them like the idea. Hey, like I'm kind of thinking if this was here and this, and they draw out your idea, and you're like, "Oh, what if we change that?" You know, and it's fun to go back and forth and work on that. It's like just another aspect of the music. You know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and that's a big part of the music is the artwork on the album because that's how like especially in the '80s that a lot of people would pick their music.
Yeah,
Now,
totally. And
like
that's
with streaming and that, it's kind of changed, which sucks.
yeah,
But like, I mean, I shit on streaming sometimes, but even I use it. But I still buy shit physically. I like to own it.
yeah. Well, like
So
when writing, I still think of that. You know, the glory days of when you someone I never did it as a kid because I didn't start buying records until I don't know 2001 or something like that. But hearing the stories of them going to the record store and seeing like Killers, and they bought it just because of the cover, and then side A and side B, and like you put on the record, and side B almost has an intro of its own. Like the way records were planned out before, it's not
yeah,
as people don't do it as much, but when we're putting the record together, all of that is in consideration.
yeah,
Like what is the intro for side B? Because it can't just be, what I mean, it has to kind of flow in that side A, side B sort of format. And we put a lot of time into that thought too.
yeah. I
Probably
mean,
too much time.
oh no, I think it's a good thing to do that because like I
Yeah.
buy vinyl too.
Yeah.
But it also gives it that old school feel, which I feel like a lot of modern bands lack. There,
Yeah.
it's like the production on this record is exactly how I want a thrash record to sound. It's not
Yeah.
everything's not like beat corrected and all that, which that shit drives me nuts. I
Yeah.
It shouldn't be completely on the grid. Like some things need to bleed off a little bit because it gives that the human nature of it, and that's
Yeah.
something I
Well,
really
when we tracked this, we had the click going, and then me and Norm were playing together. So any like natural push he would have in the song, we left it.
yeah,
We would look at the grid and you'd see he would be ahead of the beat, and then the bridge would sink in. He'd go behind the beat a little bit, just dragging. You
yeah,
know, and we kept all of that. And we could see it in the grid, and we left it intentionally.
yeah.
Because it
It's
sounds
natural.
natural.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. That and a lot
You
of
seen those
modern.
videos?
Go
You,
ahead.
go ahead.
No,
You
no,
seen
you're
those
good.
videos of they took some old Van Halen songs and they gridded them, like they snapped everything in the grid, and it just sounds terrible.
I bet I
Like
have to
it
watch that.
unnatural and weird and just like
Yeah,
no flow to it. Like they lost all the cool shit that was Van Halen almost,
yeah.
besides the playing, but it's just weird.
It would be. Yeah. That's just my problem with like a lot of modern bands. It's just so on the grid. It's boring to me. It's not
Yeah.
natural. Like I like hearing all the little mistakes because it's human.
Yeah. And I
Like
posted that video a couple, I think 2 weeks ago of the whole, one guitar rhythm for Random Acts. And that was the full take. I didn't edit anything. And
yeah,
I'll say it's perfect, but it's not. There's little minor things in there, but it was the vibe was there, and the performance was there more than enough. I didn't have to go back and fix anything.
yeah.
It's kind of pointless to take the vibe and feeling out of it to make it perfect.
Yeah,
Because what is
exactly.
perfect?
What is, yeah. And usually sometimes perfect is boring because, when you
Yeah.
quantize everything, it's like, this is very unnatural. It doesn't sound like real people putting their heart and soul into it. And
Yeah.
that's something I'm even trying to capture with my stuff is like, I want this to sound natural. So, like, what I'm going to send you did all the rhythm takes one track.
Yep.
So, like, I recorded like 8 times because I quad tracked every like rhythm aspect. Uh,
Nice.
I'll send it to you. It's the first one I got done, but that was like my focus is like making it sound natural.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. When they quantize and stuff, it makes it feel safe.
yeah,
Like some of the songs we have on our record, we're kind of pushing tempos to where it almost sounds like it might fall apart. Like everything's like so pushed and unsafe sounding, like it might just explode any moment.
yeah,
And we all lose track of everything, and then it sounds like shit. But it's like on that cusp of it's just dangerous enough, you know,
yeah,
not
yeah.
quantized.
Yeah, I just love how that record sounds. And as a gearhead, I gotta ask, what amps were you using?
Uh, it was all DI.
Was it?
Yeah, I tracked everything, and then the original intent was to go back and reamp it with my angle. And the demo tones I had were so close where I just went back and tweaked a few things in the plugin. I just printed it like that.
Oh
But
wow.
it's all the Fortin Cali on the neural suite. The
Okay.
white like modded Marshall looking one.
Yeah. Wow. I was
Yeah.
expecting to hear like real amps. So that goes to show
Mm-mm.
you that. See, everybody shits on
Yeah.
modelers, but
Yeah.
push
I mean,
comes to
it
shove.
just it might have been a bit of demoitis, where I'm so locked in on that tone, like I can't imagine it different. So when
Yeah.
I did go back and try reamping some stuff and nothing else, like it didn't have the same bite that the Cali did. So I fixed a few little things I didn't like in that, and then just printed it. And we sent it off to Ulrich, and
Wow.
there was a few things that he didn't like in the tone, some frequencies that were bothering him. So he went and downloaded the the Cali as well, and then I sent him my settings, and he set that up, and then he just changed a few
You
things.
just tweaked it
Like
a
where the
little bit.
high end was, yeah, just to get in and surgically remove a couple frequencies that he was hearing that he didn't like, but it was essentially the same tone still.
Yeah, but just
So
to give room to other things too, like
exactly,
like the cymbals, the bass.
yeah,
Just can't have one that's like too bass heavy.
yeah, to take up all the frequencies,
Yeah, you can't have
but
that.
yeah,
But the record sounds phenomenal. And
yeah.
you were,
Ulrich, he's rad. He's the same guy who did the first record too, and he's done a bunch of Static X. He's engineered some Pantera stuff. He's done all of the Death Clock records,
oh
tracked
hell yeah,
and mixed and mastered. So he's rad.
that's awesome. That's so fucking cool. um, so you were using your Solars, I take it, for tracking.
I got the first one towards the tail end of it,
Ah,
but all the rhythms were done with one of the Deans, one of the hardtail Deans I have, the V with the string through.
yeah,
But and I bumped all up to tens for standard E. But normally live I'll play nines for E, but I just wanted to make it
that
that much
ex,
snappier.
yeah, that extra oomph. Because I
Just
play.
for the rhythms, not for the leads though.
Yeah, you don't want to be fighting it on the
No.
leads. Yeah, usually I play
Yeah.
nines now. Blame
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah.
That signature set of his really changed my mind. But yeah, I'm like the same way. I play
Yeah.
with nines, but for tracking, I think I'm going to go back and do it with tens.
Yeah.
So
I tried his theory with that because they're in D and it's a thicker set of nines,
yeah,
9 to what 54 or whatever it is,
52.
52. I tried dropping down to eights to like a 48, and I didn't like it at all.
No,
Just the eight felt super weird, and I broke. I think it was after a real short amount of time that high E broke. It's like, ah, fuck this, I'm gonna stick with regular nines.
yeah, I could see that
But
happening.
yeah, but I do like the eights or the nines for the D tuning.
Yeah, that
The way
it's
he does it's
it's
smart.
really comfortable.
Yeah,
You're not fighting the guitar the entire time, and just such a better
yeah,
feeling. Like I switched to nines across the board pretty much.
yeah. For D,
So for D, for E, just I have
yeah,
an easier time with it.
yeah.
So
Betting that high E.
yeah, scared sometimes it'll snap, but usually,
Yeah,
yeah, just pushing it to its limits and that. But yeah, the whole record just it sounds so good. I can't get over it. It's
hell yeah, thank you.
probably a guitar tone I'm gonna have to steal.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. If you got the neural plugins, I'll send you what we did.
I have
It's just
the
that white Fortin Cali.
I have the Cortex, so
Nice.
I
Yeah,
don't
they don't have that one in the quad yet, but we've been using the nameless live,
know.
which is
Okay,
close enough. There's something else about the Cali that I like better, and once they put that in the neural the quad cortex, I'll start using that. But
yeah, I think they're working on a bunch of the plugins to go on the Cortex. That's probably when I'll
yeah,
start like buying the plugins. I haven't started with that yet. I've just been using what they have on there.
yeah,
So you even you use it live.
I do. Yeah,
It,
We've been running. We have one of them, which I did out of convenience. But I'll put me in the input one, and then Xander, other guitar player, in input two, and then all of the switching is done off of that one unit. So like, there's one setting where it's rhythm for both of us, and then the B setting is lead for me and rhythm for him, and then C is lead for him and rhythm for me, because we started not what's the word, Norm's playing to a click now live, but only he's the only one that can hear the click. So if he's pushing, we're sticking with him. But I have everything to the quad MIDI controlled. So at that time when a solo comes up, it automatically switches to the solo, as if someone's back there hitting the buttons,
that's so cool how they do that.
Yeah.
The thing
So I'm
is,
not having to tap dance on anything, so I can just worry about playing and singing. You know.
yeah, that's my thing is like when I'm playing, I hate switching.
Yeah.
I hate it because it's taking my focus away from actually playing.
Exactly.
But that thing, the Cortex it's so genius. I love it. I was
Yeah.
iffy at first, like because I was so used to the Kemper, but making the switch, I don't think I could ever go back.
It's definitely more user friendly than the Kemper was.
Yeah, the
It's
UI
like
is so much better.
it's more linear, like you would think, like a pedal board. It works the same
Yeah,
signal flow. And the Kemper, it's kind of like what is a stack? What the fuck is all this shit?
it's like it's these drop down menus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
It's
like
not as like linear as you would think about it on a good like a pedal board or
yeah.
plugging into an amp.
It's yeah, the UI on the Kemper on that tiny ass screen.
Yeah,
Doing that for so many years was rough.
yeah.
Like I'm
And
looking
they were
one for
great.
yeah, they're
You know,
great, but it's just the UI is terrible.
yeah.
And
And the
you,
size too. For people who want to travel with them, and
yeah,
the quad's so much smaller now. They have the mini, which I want to get a couple of those. Those are
yeah,
rad.
those are really cool. Then they have the Nano ones. I almost got the Nano
Yeah,
one, but I'm like, well, I'm dropping this money. I'm gonna drop it on the. I want the full experience.
yeah, yeah.
So
Don has the Nano for his bass tone, and the processing isn't the same. So like what you'd want to do for guitar, like the Nano doesn't quite have everything, I don't think. But what for his, we just profiled his album tone through the computer and then back into the quad and bounced it to his Nano, which it's almost identical. It's a little
yeah,
different,
the
but no one would ever
little.
know.
It's always the little things, and
Yeah, which
people
for
like
his we used a Sans amp and a dark glass together, which the Sans amp was a little cleaner and the dark glass was the dirty one. So that was the tone we made out of that. Now I was using that live with a Nano. So
that's
it's cool.
awesome. Yeah. Sorry for the awkward drink there. My throat's getting dry. Allergy season, man.
Yeah.
It sucks. Stinks.
Yeah.
But
I was sneezing all morning.
oh, dude, I woke up today all stuffed up. We're like remodeling part of the house, like my room and that, and the dust, man. Like
Yeah.
no wonder I wake up feeling like crap. So we're finally getting that done. Like this place in here is a mess. Luckily, you can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Hey, I took that photo behind you.
yeah, yeah, right there. I got that hung up. I got my tour thing hung up. Got all the signed ones. I need one of me and you
Rad.
though, still. So
Yeah.
should have got it in Hershey.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
that go ahead.
how far is Shakopee, Minnesota from you?
That's pretty far, I believe.
That's pretty far, isn't it?
Yeah,
I forget exactly where you're at.
I'm in like a little south of Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, that's something Mike also wanted me to say. We need a Newcomb show here soon.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
And we're working on stuff.
I haven't been to a concert since Hershey.
Oh yeah.
Bad practice. Need to keep
Yeah. I've
up.
been to like 700 since then.
That
Well, fuck, we just did this whole Exodus tour where it was 4 weeks in Canada, then we had a week off, and then it was like 6 weeks in Europe, and we flew right into the States tour, which is like another 5 weeks. So we were gone for a
yeah,
hefty chunk of time,
what like
65 shows or something like that.
yeah, and you've been going nonstop since like what February? I want to say.
Yeah, mid-February.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's a long time. Like just jumping from country to country. So you had that
yeah,
Europe run too.
yep.
Uh,
Yeah, that's why we're trying to ride as much as we can while I'm home, just to get ahead of the curve for
yeah,
the next one. Because who knows? what'll happen if I'm gone, or
Yeah,
just using the time wisely, trying to.
that's smart. Yeah, but Hershey was a lot of fun. Was ready to fit that whole rig in my car. I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember that. We fit this in there.
Yeah, you got a box truck
Yeah, we'll
you
figure
drive
it
on a
out.
daily? Yeah.
We'll go get a U-Haul.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a blast hanging out with you and Gary and watching Suicidal Tendencies side stage.
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah, it was fun. I was damn near busy all day with having the Exodus set and the
yeah,
Slayer set,
yeah. You and Gary had double duty. I imagine after that,
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah. Rolling my work box across the other side of the stage, then bringing it back,
Yeah, but that was so much fun, and it was such a good show too.
That was a really good show.
Then you got the ones coming up in like South America and that too.
Yeah, there's four, I think, in South America. And then we have that Shakopee, Minnesota, Rocklahoma. What is it? Uh, Texas. That's right. Sick New World, Texas.
Yeah,
And then the two LA shows. That'd be cool.
and it's like they're doing like what they did. I think they did in like 2004, where they play Rain and Blood in its entirety. Then
Yeah.
they go and play some other stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how they're going to structure it. It might be, classics first and then close with Rain. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
That yeah, I'm interested to see how that
Yeah.
plays out. And you get a front
Yeah.
row seat.
Or if they have the actual blood raining again, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. I was just thinking that too. You'll
Yeah.
probably be standing way back, like, yeah, no, not right now.
Yeah. Fuck that.
But
High and dry.
yeah, but you get front row seat to that. I wish they were coming to Hershey or something again, so I could
Yeah.
see that. That'd be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. 30-minute record, 28 minutes or something like that.
Short record. I used to listen to it on the daily, but like
Yeah.
then I got into like more of the deep cut stuff.
Yeah.
That's my thing is all the deep cuts. Like I bug
Yeah.
Gary, play Nan King, play Nan King. Please play it. If not I'll play it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he said, well, yeah, he learns it. So, but yeah, it just your record coming out, his record coming out. Yours so far is still taking the top spot. It's like at a tie. It's like right here.
Yeah.
So just two good records for this year. I'm happy with how that turned out.
Rad.
So
Yeah, we're real stoked on it. Really
so
happy the way it came out and ready to work on more.
you're probably gonna hate this question, but like, what's next? Like, you guys plan like a
Uh
live one, like like a live album or something?
uh Probably not. No.
No.
Uh Not yet. Maybe after 4 or something like that, but 2 is too early.
Yeah, I get that.
Uh Unless you like get big quick.
Yeah,
What was I was hearing something about I never realized it, but they were talking about Rush Records and how the eras would change towards more like the rock era in the beginning. And then they did a live record, and that kind of marked the end of the rock era. Then it got a little more progressive, and they did, a live record at the end of that. Then it got into all the synth stuff where all the keyboards came in. It was almost like the live records,
was like a bookend. Yeah,
the yeah, bookending the whole era. And it was that Rick Beato interviewing, I think it was Alex who was talking about it. Whereas they didn't intentionally do that, but that's just the way it kind of happened, which is kind of cool. Like the end of an era sort of thing, that they would start a new chapter in their
yeah.
their discography.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
kind of cool.
I mean, you guys probably don't plan on going from like thrash to like
Probably not.
country like
Yeah,
Metallica did.
yeah.
We don't
No
talk about
plans,
that.
but yeah, you never know what's in
Yeah,
in store.
you never know. Like
I can't imagine, but you never know.
I like this album. Like I hate to use the word prog, but it's got like some of those elements to me, at least that I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
I I'm not very schooled in theory and time signatures, and like everything is one to me. One,
Yeah,
one, 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 one. I don't need to know 6/8 or any of this stuff. If the riff feels right, I don't care what time signature it's in.
yeah,
So I kind of assumed a lot of it was in 4/4. And then when we're doing the drums at Ulrich's studio, He goes, "What time signature is this?" I'm like, "I don't know," because he was working on the tempo maps. I was like, "I'm not sure." He's like, "This is like 6/8 or something." I was like, "Ah, it's cool, sure." I was like, "I think the rest is in 4/4 though." And he's like, "Dude, a lot of this is not in 4/4." I'm like, "Cool." It
Yeah,
feels cool. I don't know what to say about it, but we were kind of laughing because like he would start with 4/4. He's like, "No, this is not." And he would map it out. Because when I do like click tracks, I'll just do the accent and not tick tock, tock tock, tick tock. It's just all tick 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 tick. So it's not. I don't have to think about adding the one or where it needs to be. It's just all accent, all one.
I'm the same way. Funny enough,
Yeah,
I'm not like I know like a few scales on that. Like I just
yeah,
yesterday I just learned how to play like harmonic minor and stuff. But like I'm not
yeah.
really schooled on like theory and that. I know like real basic shit. But like time
Exactly.
signatures, I'm like this to me this is all 4/4.
Yeah. I mean, if it feels right, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't need to
Yeah,
have a name to make it fun to listen to. Knowing the
exactly.
name of something doesn't make it sound better.
Yeah,
If it sounds good, it sounds good. If it doesn't, it can be the craziest time signatures of the world when it sounds like shit. It sounds like shit. No one wants to listen to it,
yeah. And
or
but
no one
like
wants to play it.
I and we were talking maybe like just after you sent me the album too, and we were talking about the Exodus influence because I noticed a couple things in there like, oh, that's a Gary influence.
Yeah, they're
Like,
definitely in there.
yeah, like there's certain riffs I off the top of my head I can't think of any, but I was like, man, this sounds like something Gary would do. So like that influence
Yeah.
is rubbing off on him. So
Well, been hearing it for the past 5 years. 150 nights a year or something like
so
that. Whatever it is that
it,
we've done.
it's definitely gonna
You know.
pour in there, yeah. And
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
that's like with like how I'm writing that, like you'd be surprised. I mean, I'm still listening to metal stuff, but a lot of
Yeah.
it's kind of off the wall. And like I think we have talked about that stuff before. Like, if not, I could send you some of it. It's like it sounds very similar to certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's okay too. Like as long as you're not directly ripping something off.
Yeah,
Influence is good.
it,
I think it was Phil Anselmo said like rip off all your idols and that's your own
yeah.
style.
You throw it
You
in a
rip them all
blender.
off, you get thrown in a blender, and that's what you become.
He's right. He's 100% right. Because like
Yeah.
there's so many influences in this stuff that it's become my own thing. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And I definitely come back talking about like hearing so many of those riffs nightly. I come back from tours inspired in different ways. Like we did that Death to All tour with Newcomb and Suffocation, and hearing two death metal bands, one that's just brutal death metal, and another one that's like progressive. It inspired me in a different way. So when we got back from that tour, I think the first thing I wrote was "Torture, Murder, Mutilate" off the new record. So it was a totally different thing for us to have that kind of like almost death metal influence on the song.
Yeah,
But I was inspired to write something like that after hearing it, you know, nightly for 5 weeks.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and like even if you're just listening to something passively, that will
yeah,
eventually bleed in. Yeah, I'm finding that out for myself too. Like, oh, I didn't even
yeah,
mean to do that, but it sounds cool. Or
yeah. It's a
sometimes
good thing. Just a little more diversity in what you're working on, and
yeah, like a lot of it's been like the one like I said I'm working on now is like kind of proggy, and you could hear like certain influences, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's got that vibe to it, but it's different.
rad.
So yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, I'll send you what I got so far. I shopped it around to a couple of my friends, like, oh wow, this is actually kind of different, cool. So
Rad.
yeah, my one buddy, he got to hear the new one. I haven't recorded it yet at all with everything that's going on. He's like, oh wow, that's sick.
Rad.
So yeah, but
So who's your final pot or rig cast?
it
You
would
released
be
that information yet?
that would be Gary. He's going to be the
Oh,
last
that's
one.
right.
So
I
I
wouldn't. I didn't think you'd announced it, so I was just trying to bait you into saying it.
I announced it over a year ago, but
That's right. I do remember that. Yeah.
he's so busy you don't want to bother him, you know. Like I think I
Yeah.
reached out earlier this month because I'm gonna try to do yours then his. Then I have him in
Yeah.
the backlog. like yours will probably come out at most a week from now, from when we're
Yeah.
recording it, just depending on what's going on. But yeah, he will be the last one. I had other
Yeah.
ones planned, but like last year, a bunch of shit happened. Like I'm lucky I made it out to Hershey, but
Really.
there was so much shit going on, like personally, that I had another podcast I was going to do. It couldn't happen.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
It doesn't.
I'm going to bookend this for now. With you then Gary. I feel like probably those top three would be you, Brady, and Gary as like the main ones that I did.
Yeah.
So I'm figured I'll get you and well, I already did Brady before we went on the tour, but like I figured I get you back, then I'd end off with Gary, and that'd be perfect for now. Because if I decide to pick it
Right.
up again, you know, left off at a good point. So see what
Oh yeah.
happens. But like right now, it's just going to be the end for now. I don't know what's going to happen. Only time will tell.
Exactly.
Plus, I need to do more Cortex tones. Just haven't had the time. Just
Yeah. I
messing.
need to check out the Goliath one you did.
Yeah, it got as close as I could. My usual goal is to ballpark it and then start tweaking it.
Yeah.
So that's what
Is it a profile or did you just pull up an amp?
I pulled up an amp. I like to do everything myself. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like IRs, I have IRs of like Exhibit B and a couple others, but that's cheating.
Yeah.
Usually I'll use those to demo out stuff, but like
Right.
I like to actually go in and tweak shit. So
Yeah. Well, dude, I was with them in the studio for the first just over 2 weeks. I went and picked up all the gear with them, and then we drove it all down to the studio, set everything up, and then I think I was there for like a week once we got guitar tones because they started working on drums for the first week, and then started working on the guitars the second week. And we threw up the first thing we put up was Gary's live rig, which is the Jubilee with all the pedals, the mid boost and everything in there, with the Arachnid cabs, one of them. And then we tried that and it sounded killer. We threw up Lee's old Marshall, his old Heathen. I think it was an 800, and that sounded rad too. But it had some weird noise going on, some that hasn't really been maintained in a long time. Then we put up Gary's Angle with the pedal in front of it from Exhibit. I think it's Exhibit B. Pulled out the Triple X from Exhibit A or whatever it was. I forget the
no,
combo
you're
for
right.
those,
You're
but
right. You got it.
yeah, yeah, we pulled up each one, and then I think he had something else. Oh, a JVM we tried. He has this cool camo print JVM. I think that was it. Yeah, it was definitely it. But then we, tried everything and just went right back to the live rig, and that's what was on the record.
Yeah, I basically when I did the preset, I basically modeled it off the live rig because I already
Yeah,
did
started with
one.
the
Yeah,
UBL in
yep,
the quad.
yeah, and
Yeah,
because I did a live profile like of what he had at Hershey. I got as
yeah.
like much on there as I could, and there's like a couple like of the captures on there. One of them I found somewhere. I don't know if I released it with that. I might have, but like the Goop Tech pedal, I actually went put in the
Oh yeah,
settings myself and did that.
rad. Yeah, the Slayer rig is pretty much the same as his rig now. His Exodus, well, the Exodus rig that is,
Yeah,
but with some minor things in there that's different, but still back to the Jubilees and the mid boost and just hitting the front with a distortion box. But
yeah, pushed it a little bit at the front end,
yeah,
and then
and
like
then again a second box when you're for his leads and stuff,
yeah, and
double boosted.
he's not really doing the whole like extra EQ thing like I don't know if Kerry still does it, like the 10 band EQ. Does he
I
still
think he
do that?
still has that in there.
Does he?
I think he does. Yeah.
Yeah, him and Jeff both did that with the. I think Warren said it was the Boss RGE 10.
Really.
They're like hard to find now. So I want to get one.
Yeah.
Like, do
I
I
know
need
Kerry
it?
had
Probably
his
not.
signature, like the signature 10 band he came out with. I think that's
Yeah.
still over there.
Um. Then he has that. I think it's called the Beast button on his head. His
Oh
signature
yeah.
Marshall. and it emulates that as well.
Yeah.
So,
Rad.
yeah. Um, so like I like to talk like setups and that. I don't know if we talked about last time. I'm trying to pick different questions than last time. Oh, you disappeared there for a second.
Yep. I got a spam call coming in.
Oh,
Fuck them.
isn't that the greatest?
Yeah.
Um, but I like talk like setup talks and that. I'm not sure if we did that the last time. Like I said, I'm trying to pick different questions. Kind of hard because I haven't seen the last episode in how long since we
Yeah.
really did it and I edited it. But like during the record, you mentioned like you like to use tens to track. What was like other things you'd like to do like setup wise while tracking?
Uh, it's funny because like when I was there with Gary, I asked him if he wanted like foam to put inside like the headstock or the strings are, or like on the string through bridge if you want any foam in there just to stop that ring. He's like, I don't need that, but like I'll do that because doing like a string through guitar, you hear like the little high endy poking through on big chords and stuff. So I like to try to mute those, and I'd even tape up strings I'm not using. So like if I'm doing a rhythm part and I'm only using the low three strings, I'll tape up the other three. I won't cut them off. I've seen people do that, but like I'll just put a piece of tape over that way they don't ring out. I'll accidentally ring them out. You
Yeah,
know, ruin a good take with a little bit of like or something.
yeah,
Just
that happens to me. It's a habit I need to like improve
yeah,
on. Like the one I'm gonna send you. I use this one for the some of the rhythm trackings, but I blocked the
yeah,
Floyd.
yeah,
Then like the other rhythm tracks, I left the Floyd like unblocked, so there's a little bit of dynamics in there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just to add a little
yeah.
something to it.
I really want to get something with an Evertune.
I'm like tempted to try those. I
It's pretty
I,
rad.
I want to see like you have me looking at Solar guitars now.
Yeah.
They need to get me off that website. There's a purple I think they call it the Type A with a Sustainiac in that. Like oh my
Oh
god,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
literally perfect. So I like
yeah.
my
I've seen those.
Sustainiacs. I don't know if you ever tried one of those at all.
I have, and I really want to get something with that too. And there's another brand I want to try where the electronics are a lot smaller because, like the Sustainiac ones, the guts in it, you have to
Oh
carve
yeah,
out a bunch of wood. It's huge,
good example of
Just
that right here. They
yeah.
carve out so much. Yeah. Now there's
But they're
a go ahead.
the sustainer brand. It's almost all in the pickup, but I don't know if it's as good. But
Yeah,
it's cool. They make them in like a single coil format, so you can just put it up, and it's not connected to. There's not actually a humbucker in it. It's its own sustainer thing.
that's how these ones here are. Let's see,
Yeah,
that's just a dummy coil, but there was a video I saw way back, but somebody got a Sustainiac for one of theirs, but they got it without the Sustainiac, so they didn't have the route done for it. But how they
yeah.
wired it was with the push pull, the coil
Oh yeah.
path, and it worked. I was like really interested in seeing how to do that because I might try it one
Without
day.
having to have, yeah, you
Yep.
don't have to have the extra switches and shit like that.
The only thing you got to fit in there is a battery. That's it.
Yeah,
So
rad.
if I can find it, I'll send it to you because
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm looking at that and I'm like, I might try that with one of them. See,
Yeah,
I just hate.
yeah. Someone brought over a Schecter to work on. I think it was last year, and that was I got played through one, but I never really got like time to sit down and fuck with it. But once I get the guitar all done and set up at home, I sat there and played with it, the Sustainiac. Like this is sick.
It is. It's really fun, especially if you have a Floyd with it. You get all
Yeah,
the crazy squeals in that. Like I remember like first figuring out what a Sustainiac was, trying to find a guitar with it was like borderline impossible.
yeah. They
Luckily,
went away for a while.
uh, local shop of mine had. I don't have it anymore. I sold it, but I got it for my birthday when I was turned 16. And it was black and gold. I have pictures of it somewhere, and it was just so much fun to mess with that. Then I got another one with a Sustainiac that I got really attached to. I ended up selling that then like a year or so ago, bought it back. Not the exact one that I had
Yeah,
it refinished, which is this one.
nice.
And yeah, I regretted selling it, so I made it up.
Yeah, it seems like Schecter kept them alive
Yeah.
because they were putting him in a shit ton of models.
and they're
Like
like
they're
they're
around a little bit in other brands, but it's like Schecter. They really kind of clung to that sustaining act thing.
and I think a lot of that has to do with Sinister Gates, who is most definitely their biggest artist. He's
Yeah.
basically the poster child of that brand. Like when they
Yeah.
were doing amps, he was the only one with a signature amp.
I remember that thing. I saw it in an amp when they came out with it.
Yeah, the Hellwind, and a friend of mine who was going to buy my Kemper, he ended up buying a Hellwind. I said, "You lucky bastard!"
Yeah.
It's like I want to try one of so bad, but they pop up with reverb. They're like 10 grand just for the head. Like, no, I'll
Yeah.
pass. But I found somebody.
I'm okay.
Somebody put up a capture one on the Cortex. I have yet to try it.
Yeah.
So see what it sounds like. But like my dream amp because of Gary is still the Angle Savage, the first one.
Yeah.
Gotta get one
Those
at some
rule.
point. That they sound so good. That's like I'm surprised it's
Yeah.
not. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Surprise. What?
I'm surprised it's not on the Cortex because they have the Angle 4x12 on there, but
Oh
not
yeah.
but not any of the heads. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I have one of the what is it? It's the Angle. It's the preamp E530, just a single rack preamp, and
Yeah,
then an Angle power amp that I'll use sometimes. But since I got the quad, I'm just using the Angle power amp instead. No
yeah.
preamp.
And the Cortex, like we were talking about, is so convenient. The thing is
Yeah.
so small you can take it anywhere.
Yeah.
I love that thing. It's so versatile. And like when I track, usually I'm just doing it all through headphones. I could do all through headphones because of that thing.
Yeah.
Then like try and
It's
like
pretty.
track with like the Kemper, like because I did a little bit of that, and it wasn't as straightforward.
Yeah.
They made it a little too difficult for people, I think. So I think
Yeah.
Norwell's got
The
the
quads. Yeah, they have it all figured out. Everything's
yeah
easy. It makes sense. And
they got the market for it. So
yeah.
because everybody and their mothers are using these things now,
Yeah.
you can't avoid them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're using what EMG pickup still?
Yeah. 81, 85. I think one guitar of the 81. What's the other one? 90? Yeah, just a 90, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, the purple ones. Yeah, the purple pickups I have ones. I
Oh,
think it's a 90 in the neck.
and that
But
black V. Oh, that black V, man! I'm gonna steal that. You better watch.
I think it's rad.
Yeah.
I have all the FU tone, the bridge on it, and then the big block and
Yeah.
the springs and everything.
Yeah, they got the good stuff. Have you like when you do track guitars, do you like to mix it with passives and actives?
Uh, Not really. I kind of just use what I would use live. Uh, which actually on the last record I was still using the Deans, and I have in one of my V's that I have of them, it's the Glenn Tipton set, which I'm not sure what it's based around, but it's the neck pickup and the bridge pickup are the exact same, and that's what's in that black D&D I have, and that's what's on the record. So it's the EMG Glenn Tipton set.
Okay, yeah. I forget what that is based off of. I think I looked at it one time. Me and a
Yeah,
buddy at 5 a.m. on like ESP's website and that looking at like,
yeah,
do we buy it?
yeah,
There's been like there was one guitar in particular. It's really funny that ESP did. It was like some sort of custom order, and me and my buddy were thinking about both going halvesies on it.
right. Yeah, there was a minute there where I was trying a bunch of EMGs. I think I have the 5766 set in my Les Paul. Uh, like they're all kind of really similar, but like just the 81, 85 is fine, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, you can't go
Uh,
wrong. Like the 81 in general is just the gold standard. I think
Yeah,
that's in so
yeah,
many of my guitars. Like, should I diversify? Maybe not.
yeah, yeah. In that green V I have, I was talking to Tommy at EMG because they have that Fat 55 pickup where it's like the retroactive ones they have where you can see the coils, you know. And I wanted to keep that look, not like a normal EMG where you can actually see the coils. And I asked if they had in that one black pole pieces, and he said no. What we do, it's a Jim Root signature where it actually has the black pole pieces. I was like, oh, sorry, I'll just get that. And I was meaning the Fat 55, but he accidentally sent the Jim Root. set, and I put them in anyways, and they're fucking rad. Those things are. I'm not a Slipknot fan per se, but
I
you
was.
know,
It's at one point.
his pickups are killer. The pickups rad,
Yeah.
and they're just all black. You know.
Yeah. I think we did talk about that last time. Actually, funny enough. But yeah. I've been beginning to try like the retroactives that they do for a while.
Yeah.
Just never
Yeah.
got around to it. Like I
Yeah, his
wanted.
set is based on that Fat 55, or I think it's the Fat 55, something like that. But it's his is based off of that one. They just changed a few things,
Yeah.
but it's pretty rad. A little different than an EMG is, but it's still that same formula. You know,
Yeah.
it's not too different.
Yeah. Like I said, I was been meaning to try like Fishman's too. I wanted to try that. Never got around to it. You see all
Yeah.
this gear and you want to try it and you just never get to it.
The thing I don't like about the Fishmans, which kind of turns me off about it, I don't know if you can get them without this, but the plug in the back to charge them.
Oh.
I've seen I've seen techs like have a fly date and they're struggling to like find power to get the fucking guitar charging. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
when
I
you
know
could
what you're talking about.
just put a new battery in. You know, why do I
Yeah.
gotta things like I gotta get power over here quick so I get this thing charging. Like it just seems lame, you know, like you
Yeah.
have to charge your guitar.
It's so much easier to swap out a battery. Yeah.
Yeah, just change
I
the battery.
I don't know if that's an option on those. I think I was wondering
I'm
that
not sure.
myself. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen people like getting them installed and they got like a little hole in their back plate. I'm like, I don't think I would like that.
Yeah.
That would bug me.
Yeah, I think it was a fly date for the band and the guitar player brought the guitar from home. So it's not like they were on tour and he was working on it every day, you know, because that's a different scenario where you know, you have your setup every day, it can always be charged.
Yeah.
But, you know, the guitar player may not have thought about it or charged it at home or who knows when the last time it was used. It's like, yeah, here's a guitar we're using. It's like, fuck, you know.
Yeah.
He tested it and it was like low battery. He's like, shit, I got to charge this thing now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I don't think I would like having to plug in my guitar to charge it.
yeah, seems like
Uh,
a toy. Yeah, so
yeah.
I never got into the fish ones. I've never messed with them too much, but like I'm fine with the MGs.
Yeah. The
I don't need to do it.
for like active pickups, anyways, I think EMG is just
Yeah,
the best option. But
yeah,
like I tried other active pickups, and I'm like, it's not the same. It just I don't know if it's like a feel thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like when you're playing through it, it's like just that doesn't feel right. Like if I'm using an active pickup, I want to use the real deal.
yeah.
So yeah, but
Charging.
charging pickups
Sure.
that's genius. Wow. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think I'd like that. Having to like find a USB port to plug it in my computer to charge my guitar. No, I'm
yeah.
good. Forget that.
2 seconds to change your battery. You're
Yeah,
good to go.
especially if they have like the little doors on them too, like these.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love these. I need the I've been meaning to get like battery boxes like this for all my Gary Holt ones because they have the
Oh,
still
they
have
just have
the
the.
yeah, and it's just so much easier to swap out a battery like that.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
super easy.
there was a couple options I was looking at. One of them was like those, and another one was like a metal one, like on the actual ESPs.
Like the ashtray ones. Remember those?
Yeah,
And like the you flip over like an ashtray.
yeah, those ones. Those are really cool.
Yeah,
Like my next guitar I want to get if I get space here. All my racks are filled, but is like the ESP E2 EX model, the black one. I
yeah,
saw one of those like, damn, that's nice. I need a hardtail too. That'd be nice to have because like with having a block of foil and that can be a pain in the
yeah.
ass.
It's nice to have options. That's why I
Yeah,
want to try that the Evertune just to have it.
yeah,
I don't
just
think
to
I'd play
sit.
live with it, but just to have it in the repertoire of using stuff. You know.
Yeah, I'm interested in trying those. Like a couple of friends of mine, they had them, they didn't like them. They said they're
Yeah,
like too complicated. Which I looked into it a little bit. Like I could see how this could be complicated.
yeah. It's just like anything though.
Yeah, you just gotta learn how
Like
to use it.
yeah, the first guitar I ever got had a Floyd on it. So Floyds have always been easy because that's what I started with. And you have people that like are always string through and they're like, Floyd are hard, I can never stay in tune. And it takes me 3 hours to change a string. It's like, well, you just don't know how to use it. You know, I can't change a fucking transmission on a truck, it's complicated to me. But I just don't do it.
Yeah,
So if I did it all the time, maybe I would know how to do it. But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
That's
same thing with the bridges.
when I got my first Floyd Rose. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I had to learn how to
Yeah,
use it, and I
yeah,
eventually learned like different tricks to block the bridge and that when you're changing strings. Because my guitar teacher, that's one thing we always disagreed on. I said I like to clean my fretboard. I don't like to change a string like one at a time. No, I want to get them all
yeah.
off and clean my shit.
I take them all off.
Yeah, I like it might be a little bit of more of a headache, but it's worth it in the long run.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, it's almost more of a headache not taking them all off.
Yeah,
It's like all
that's
the
how
other
I
shit's
see
in
it.
the way, and
Yeah,
just clean slate, get rid of everything, and start over.
yep, that's me. So he
Yeah,
told me change them one at a time. Like, no, I think I'm going to take them all off, clean my fretboard, make sure
yeah.
this thing's good to go. Yeah, and he's like,
Have you tried that new fret butter yet?
no, I haven't.
I forget who makes it. I should know this to sound like an asshole. I think it's Axe Labs makes it, but it's an FU tone or a Floyd Rose product. Cut that out. It's a Floyd Rose owned company, but it's fret butter. It's pretty rad.
Fret butter. Yeah, Axe Labs. I have a
Yeah,
sticker here because I think
yeah.
he got like stainless steel screws for them for my pickup rings because they get
Oh
all
yeah,
rusty. I
yeah,
sweat and it's all corrosive, and I even if I wipe
yeah.
it off, it's really bad. I forget which one it's on. I think it's on that one there, and they still look
They
good.
make that big tone claw they make too is rad. It's like the spring claw for the
Oh,
Floyds,
the one you have
but it's
on your black one,
yeah,
right?
yeah, big brass ones and the springs lock to it, and those things are rad.
If I had
It's a
fancy
big old chunk of metal.
if I had fancy editing skills, I'd be editing in a picture right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not good with that.
Is it
I
right
haven't
here?
I haven't done stuff like that in so long.
Yeah. You can click the link right
Yeah,
here.
click the link to buy it. It's not sponsored or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, people like me and you are really nerdy about that stuff too, like gear wise.
Yeah. It's fun to be. Fun to
Yeah,
try stuff.
yeah. I like trying different things on my guitars. Like when I first got a Kaler, I mean, I still kind of prefer that a little bit because it's just so
Yeah.
versatile. Like you could block it real easy. You don't have to jam stuff in the cavity. That's the
Yeah.
one nice thing about it. But like Floyd's, they have like a nature of their own, if that makes sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're not like other trims, I guess you could say. There's just something
I,
about them.
I saw when they came out recently, it was like a mix between a Kaler and a Floyd. Where it sounds like it feels like a Floyd, but has like the mechanism of a Kaler. Where you can
I
block it like that and stuff too.
yeah, I think I saw something about that.
It's like they married both of them,
Yeah,
which would be kind of cool to check out.
yeah. I don't know what it'll be on, but I have to find out.
Yeah. Yeah, I just never liked the feeling of the Floyd or the Kaler. I feel like you have to move too much to
I
what I mean?
under
It's like it's
I
super drastic on how much you're moving compared to how much the tone is changing.
I
Or the
understand. Like
pitch.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's like the Floyd feels super direct. As much as you move is how much the tone changes.
Yeah.
Like it feels it's
I
almost like a guess with a Kaler. Wah!
I kind of get what you're saying. Actually, yeah. And
Yeah.
like it also depends on like the springs you use on both can change
Yeah.
how it feels. Like I think I'm using on the Kaler just the regular springs, and it's just so easy. On my foot,
Yeah.
I'm using the real heavy ones, so you got to fight it a little bit, which I do
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Which I'm sure if I used it, I would get the feel of it. I just never really got into the Kalers.
Yeah, you
Worked on
got
them, but just it's always felt weird to me.
like some people say you have to like play like completely differently. I didn't find that to be a
Yeah.
problem. Like I didn't have to play it completely differently, just a little bit.
Yeah. I imagine the way it sits on your
Yeah,
palm
how
feels
it's
a little different too.
it feels a little
Yeah.
different. That's one I hear a lot. Like Carrie says, like you either learn on one or the other. I get where he's on, like where he's coming from, but at the same time, like at least for me, it's a little different, but not drastically different.
Yeah. It's whatever you prefer, I
Yeah,
suppose.
but I either or for me. But the Kaler just has a slight edge, like design wise, for me. It just makes a
Yeah.
lot more sense. Like the saddles aren't moving, so like when you're really digging in there, you're not knocking it out of tune like you do on a Floyd. That's why when you
Yeah.
track, you block the Floyd, and
Exactly.
So hardtails have their advantages, I guess. We
Yeah,
don't have to worry about that,
it's
but us Floyd
it,
players were so particular.
yeah, it's like car brands. People are pretty loyal to it, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm only driving a Floyd Rose. I'm only driving a Kaler.
That's exactly how it feels. Yeah. But so what are your like plans for the rest of the year with Newcomb?
We have one show announced right now in October. It's this super rad event our friends in San Diego here put on. They've been doing it for like the last fuck. I feel like they've done it for like 12 years now. I don't remember exactly, but it's the San Diego Metal Swap Meet. So they rent out vendor spots, and it's like a convention almost. You know, you go to different booths and stuff like that. But everyone brings shit to sell. So like record labels will rent a booth and they'll come just bring a shit ton of records, or like distribution companies. You'll see chicks there that make metal cakes, you know, and they'll have like a bunch of cookies for sale of like King Diamond logo on it. But then you can like special order stuff. But uh, anything you could think of, like all the patch companies come out, you know, all the dudes that sell the studded belts and gauntlets and stuff like that. But it's just a shit ton of booths of vendors selling stuff. There's always good food there. But they've been doing bands for the past, chunk of time they've been doing it. But this year it's Sanctuary headlining, and then us direct to Sanctuary, and then I forget the two bands. They just announced it that they're opening, but we're doing that. That's October 9th or 10th, I believe.
I think it's the 10th from what I saw.
10th, yeah,
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 that sounds super cool.
yeah. Be a fun one. Uh, Other than that, we're just gonna keep working on stuff. We have some other shit we're working on behind the scenes, but nothing to announce yet, sort of thing. But just keep working on more stuff and get ahead of the curve
Yeah,
for writing, at least.
especially with you heading out on the road all the time with Exodus and
Yeah,
you tech for
try to
other.
fit
Yeah,
fit my gaps in where I can.
yeah.
But
Well, don't you tech for other bands too? Can't
yeah,
remember.
sometimes I'll work with Testament or Death Angel, sometimes Dark Angel, Death to All when they need me. Uh, but the only consistent stuff is with Gary and Exodus and Slayer.
Yeah,
Like the only stuff I'll like push other things off the side, like you know, sorry I got that going on, I can't do it.
yeah.
You know,
That's where I'm trying to get to with like a consistent
yeah,
level. So
yeah. With Testament, I have one show with them in Mexico this year, to where like they needed someone to fill in, and I had that availability, so I'll go do that one show. Not really too much touring with other bands, just kind of one offs and stuff.
yeah, okay, I get you.
I'm busy enough with between Exodus and now Slayer, and then my own stuff too, to where it works out.
Yeah, yeah, because what they announced like it's at least 5 Slayer shows this year, all spread out. Then you got all the Exodus tours that you just got off of. You got another one coming
Yeah.
up. Then you probably got
They're
more
working on
after that.
stuff. Yeah.
Then you got
Yeah,
your
with the Slayer stuff, I mean, for them to even do one show, it's like 2 weeks of production. You know,
yeah. It's
like
such
say
a big
they did,
thing.
yeah, they decide to play one show next year. Say that's the case. You know, the crew will go in, 2 weeks before, and we go through all the gear again, get it all set up. They set up all the lights and the pyro, and they test everything. And then for the second week, the band will come in, they'll rehearse with the pyro, full production. That way, no one's guessing on anything. Full production rehearsals, and then we could go do a show. But you know, so you see the one show announced, but there's a bunch of work on the back end and front end of it. That it's not just like a weekend warrior thing. It's still a shit ton of work for those guys
Yeah,
just to do one. You know,
and that's like last year. You were beyond lucky to be there, no doubt. Is back to the beginning.
oh, that was fucking rad, dude. That was a really really cool weekend because we did sound check the day before, uh, and all the bands got to do sound check before the day. Because they I think Mastodon was on at like 11 the day of the show, 11 a.m.
Something like that. I watched the live stream. It was like I think it was like 3 hours
Yeah,
behind or something.
Yeah, but so we everyone had to do sound check and all that stuff before, and we Warren and I had our work boxes kind of like stationed up pretty close to where we were gonna live, but I was in an area to where like all the bands had one tech on that side, so like Mastodon's tech they played, and then he peeled away, and all of us got a little bit closer to the stage, then you know I forget the next band. It was a weird one for them to be on it. Anyways, their tech peeled away, and I got a little bit closer. Then the Anthrax techs peeled away. I got a little bit closer. Kind of just kept moving my rig closer and closer, but it was still right there all day. Everyone would come and hang out, like all the Metallica guys. They came over and they're watching bands, and Hetfield's leaning on my shit. I'm like, "Hey, watch the knobs, asshole." Just joking, but he laughed. I'm like, just messing with him.
Yeah,
But
when it was on, I actually saw you on part and I texted you, it was like three
yeah,
hours behind. Like, hey, I see
yeah,
ya.
yeah.
Because
It was super cool though, and everyone was like, I don't know, it was all there for a greater cause and not a bunch of egos and stuff like that. It's like everyone knew that it was bigger than themselves.
yeah,
You
and
know,
it was, we weren't expecting, Ozzy to pass like 2 weeks after.
yeah, 17 days, it's
Yeah,
crazy, dude.
something like that. Because my buddy texted me, dude, Ozzy died. I said,
Yeah,
bullshit. I said, there's no way. I look it up. Oh my God, he's like right after that, too. It's like,
yeah. I still thought it was fake after I saw it. I'm like,
yeah.
no,
I'm like, there's no
there's no
way.
way.
No, he'll live forever, but sadly
Yeah,
not.
it was a really cool thing to be a part of. You know, um, we went down and checked out like the bridge and the murals, all the cool stuff, and had the Aussie beer, the Sabbath beer they have had down in the square downtown. But it was super rad, and I think everyone had like a pretty good cover too. Like it kind of fit all of the bands really well.
Yeah.
Like Slayer doing Wicked World and in the two parts in between. I think like they put Angel of Death in between it or something.
I think
But
it was like I think it was South of Heaven,
was
actually.
the South? Was it? Yeah, but
Yeah.
Tom's voice was like perfect for that. You
Yeah.
know,
That's like Pantera
it was,
did Electric Funeral.
yeah,
Which if you go in their discography, they've done like a bunch of Sabbath covers. That one's
yeah,
always been kind of my favorite. Then
yeah.
Metallica did Hole in the Sky. Lamb of God did Children of the
Since
Grave.
Chill Grave, yeah,
Yeah, then they put out like an actual like recorded cover of it like an hour
yeah,
later or something, which was really cool to see.
yeah. But think about like anyone in any style of music, almost. Who else could retire that way
No one.
and have that
Honestly,
and
no
have that
one.
to have those kinds of like, well, there's you and there's your main original band, your solo band, and then all of these legendary bands below that know they have to play before you and that respect that and can go in with no egos and respect your legacy. Like I don't think anyone else could do that.
Yeah. It's like me, my mom, she's not like necessarily into metal like I
Yeah,
am, but she listened to Ozzy way back in the '80s and that. She loves Ozzy, and
yeah,
she watched it with me, and she's like, "When's Gary gonna be on? When's Gary gonna be on? Where's
yeah,
Steve?"
yeah.
So
I mean, like maybe like I'm not a country fan by any means, but I don't know. Like, could Willie Nelson do that? Maybe.
maybe that's a
You
maybe,
know?
but like I can't think of
Yeah,
anybody else on that like level that he was on. You know,
yeah. That
he,
had an impact over a whole style like that.
yeah,
That turned into Anthrax, Lamb of God, and fucking
all
Dimmu Borgir.
all kinds
Essentially,
of like
it
other
all
bands that
turned into
they,
that.
they, they took what they did and just developed it over time, and it's just grown
Yeah,
into this big thing. Like it it's it's so hard to put in the words actually like how big of a deal
yeah,
Ozzy was, you know.
yeah. I don't think anyone could do that. When Metallica retires, it's not going to be that.
Yeah,
You know?
it's not going to be like, they might be the biggest band in the world, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna retire like Ozzy did, you
No,
know.
it was the perfect send off.
It literally perfect, and like it's just so weird how like 17 days after you get the news, you're like, no, there's no way. And
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it's the perfect segue into my next question because I'm going to ask Gary the same thing. I want to ask you since you were there. What would what would be your favorite Sabbath and what would be your favorite Ozzy record?
Ooh, uh, my Aussie record's controversial because a lot of people will go back to Randy or go back to Jake, but I always grew up as that guy. That was like what I first heard
Yeah.
when I first got into it. I wasn't of the era of Randy or Jake, but No Rest for the Wicked was a
Okay.
big record for me.
That's a solid pick. Mine,
Yeah,
it's either that. I'm kind of the same way. But like I like Randy and all, but like it's either for me, it's between Zach and Jakey Lee.
yeah,
So it's probably like Ultimate Sin or like Osmosis or some shit like that. Even though Zach didn't
yeah,
play on the tour for Osmosis, I believe,
yeah.
but he was the
No,
guitar
they
player
I
on the.
think they had who was doing that tour. Anyways, but yeah, Zach was on the record.
Yeah, it's between like Ultimate Sin, Osmosis. No More Tears. I would say would be like the first like Ozzy album I really got into. Besides
Yeah,
like the original, like Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman. My favorite Ozzy song of all time though would have to be Over the Mountain. That's my
yeah,
favorite one of all time. But my favorite record of his would be like from the Zach or Jakey Lee era. Then like
yeah,
Sabbath wise, that's hard. That's really hard. That first one is just so good.
yeah.
Um, it's
I
between.
don't know, Sympathy Universe, maybe Volume 4. I don't know.
It's hard to
It's fucked
pick.
up.
It's hard to pick.
It's a fucked up question.
It is. It's probably the worst question I've ever asked.
Yeah,
But yeah, back to the beginning, that was quite the event. And it's so cool to see that you were a part of it too.
yeah. I mean, it was like this generation's Live Aid or Woodstock. You know,
Yeah,
that's like you have those crazy metal festivals in Europe and stuff, which are cool, but this was like an event for like for history. You know what I mean? For all time, it's like it'll be talked about for the next 60 years. About the Ozzy's last show. You know, it's one of those timestamps in music history that'll be talked about forever. You
yeah.
know,
It was such a big deal too. Like you said too. Like you have all these legendary bands opening up for like really one guy. If you
one
think about
guy,
it,
yeah,
just one dude that started all this with three other guys, but the
yeah,
main event was Ozzy himself. And I think it was perfect how they did it with his solo record like stuff. Then Black Sabbath to end it all because they were the beginning.
yeah.
It
Yeah, it's
just
pretty rad.
it's
It was cool to see they got Bill Ward back for it too.
yeah, that because he wasn't
Yeah,
on the final tour.
yeah,
It-
or final record.
yeah, so it was good to see him back. It was good to see the
Yeah,
original lineup, the ones that started it all.
yeah.
It's such a cool thing.
Barely why they still could. You know,
Yeah,
there's no other time that could have happened
yeah, and
that
then
they
like
could have put it off. You know.
and like Ozzy, man, like even though like the condition he was in, you keep getting spam calls.
Yeah,
Oh man, I get them too, but lost my
they're
train of thought.
relentless sometimes. They'll call like 3 times in a row. Bro, it's like fuck off.
I know, it gets bad, but oh man, I lost my train of thought. Oh, like the shape he was in, like he still put on a great performance.
Yeah,
Like very surprisingly how like good it was. I mean, like maybe surprisingly is not the right word for it, but you know what I mean.
he sounded great, and
He,
it's like I think it was the first 3 songs he sounded killer, and then he started talking about Sharon and going into Mama, I'm coming home, and like he started to choke up, and
yeah,
it kind of sounded. I was like, oh, it's it. There it is. It's like crackly voice, and then Zach tried moving the mic over or his
yeah,
guitar over to the mic, but like you couldn't hear Zach in the mix at all vocally. It's like I don't think they expected that,
yeah.
but
I don't think there was a single dry eye
yeah,
in that stadium. Even here, they're like choking up.
yeah. Well, it's like people were singing louder than the PA was helping them. It was cool. It was an
Yeah,
event.
I bet it was really cool to be there.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was just
definitely hold that weekend in high regard for my life.
I imagine.
it
Yeah,
it'll rank up there at the end.
yeah. pretty amazing thing. It would be like an honor to see that, in person. You know,
Yeah,
and it's only going to happen once, which I think was
that's it.
a good thing.
Yeah,
Like they could have did like more than one event. Like they could have did one here in the States. It would have been a lot of preparation, but I think it happening in Birmingham where all this started was
yeah.
the big thing.
It couldn't have gone any better.
I don't think it
They
could
could.
have. It was just perfect.
The revolving stage was sick too.
That was like it would show it
It
on
was
the live stream. You see it
super
turn.
fast,
So cool.
like 12-minute changeovers and shit like that. It's like holy crap. Yeah, but because we did the sound check, it made all that super easy, and
Yeah.
their whole local crew was super professional and fast as fuck. And all the other bands would come in and just killing it. So it made it really easy to have a bunch of real professionals there. And it was a total like friend fest too. It's like all the guys that work for the other bands and the other band, so it's like, hey, what's going on?
So like you're still working. It was like one big like party. You know what I mean?
Totally, yeah. Just big old family of people. It's fun.
Super cool. Yeah. Um, I think this is where we're gonna leave it off though. I think that's a good note to
Cool.
leave it off on. It's great having you on as always.
Yeah.
Great
Thanks for
talking
having
to
me
you.
back.
Good to have a good friend on here.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so if I bring it back, you might be the first one back. If not, I think this like to end off this little series I've done. Couldn't think of two better people to have than you and Gary as the
Oh yeah.
bookends. You know what I mean?
Totally. You
But
gotta
yeah,
lock him down now.
yeah, it's just trying to get through. When he's done with his stuff, like touring wise,
Yeah.
promotion wise. Like I wanted to talk about the book and all that, but it might be too
Oh
late
yeah.
by the time that comes around.
No, he still does signings for it and stuff. So
I got to get him to sign my copy. Actually, I have
yeah.
a pretty funny story about the book. Well, this would be a good story to tell. Um, so I pre-ordered it on Amazon when they announced it. Then the day was coming where it should have shipped. I'm like, oh no, we have to delay it. I drove like I think almost an hour to go get a copy.
Rad.
I wasn't waiting. Went got it and read it all in one sitting.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I have a habit of reading really fast. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna read this all the way through real quick.
Rad.
Took like 5 hours, but so be it.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty good speed run. I got to reread
Yeah.
it, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool story. But as I was saying, great to have you on as always. Seriously, could not think of a better guy to have on the podcast for the
Oh
second
yeah.
last episode. So yeah, man, it was great hanging out, talking.